Good day, fellas, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to take a look into the tier 11 heavy tanks. And before that, I really want to say one thing, that you are not only one who are suffering in the current matchmaking and in the current situation. I can tell you that much. I've been playing this game at this point in time before recording video for 2 hours, and I hate my life while doing so. Just saying. Just saying. Anyways, let's see what do we have and what we can do. The mechanics of the tier 11 tanks. Let's see. This is an interesting one.
Soon, 16 tier 11 vehicles will storm the battlefield. Ready to learn more about them?
I'm excited about this.
In this 3-video series, we'll introduce you to a light scout, tank destroyers, medium tanks, and of course, powerful heavies. Let's start with the latter.
Taschenratte.
The super heavy Taschenratte is the direct successor to the mouse. It's also big, slow, and durable. Extremely durable. The Rat has formidable all-around armor and the biggest HP pool in the game. No one holds.
Let's see what do we have. We have 520 alpha damage. We have average penetration of 268, 330 gold penetration, 3.5 thousand hit points, 20 kilometers per hour speed, 0.35 accuracy, 1.9 aim time, 14 seconds reload, -8 gun depression, hull armor of 185 and turret armor of 250. So apparently you are not going to have such a great time to penetrate it as you deal with a mouse, right?
The flank more reliably than the Taschenratte. Survivability isn't the new tank's only strong suit. Besides its main gun, it can fire from 2 additional guns as well. With the press of a separate key, the additional guns unleash a salvo of high explosive shells. This can come in handy for destroying tracks, finishing enemies off, or just surprising them. All this makes the Taschenratte the ultimate super heavy. The German rodent soaks up damage, then hits back hard. It blows mines from the very first battle, then keeps doing it even more effectively.
This is very powerful tank. This is going to be very, very, very powerful tank, and sure, it is a super heavy, right? If we have a levers of the super heavy tanks, this is the tank you want to get. It's slow, but it should be solid banana out of 10. I played with it. I played with it on whenever we had the CC meeting to check out how it is looking like, and it is pretty easy to play with this tank, and you can shred through the paper vehicles as well. It is very, very powerful, very powerful.
The progression exclusive to each Tier 11 vehicle improves both its characteristics and its special mechanic.
Don't worry about this. It may look very complicated, but it's pretty much Tier 11 field modifications. Pretty much you are choosing the road, how you want to go and how you want to do the things, but you can research everything. So it's not a big deal. On the day 1 or day 2 of the update, we should have this in the index page. What I recommend to prioritize if you don't want to, if you do not want to drop your free experience. So we will take care of that. We will try to make it as soon as we physically and possibly can. And it's going to be by the most likely tier 2 access to the index page, right? So that means people need to either use the index mod, or alternatively to follow YouTube or Twitch for 6 months, right? Very, very, very simple thing, and pretty much everyone
fully
can have
upgraded,
access to.
and you'll unlock customization elements available only for Tier 11 vehicles. Next charging into battle is the KR-1. This is a heavy breakthrough tank with a straightforward personality. It's even tougher and faster than
540 alpha damage, 273 millimeters of penetration with the standards, 330 hits. Pay attention to the penetration with the tier 11s. They are not like straight up. That's it. Tier 11, your tier 10s became useless, not even close. 2.8 thousand HP, 60 kilometers per hour. Gun looks derpy, quite long aim time. But yeah, probably the turret is going to be rough. Although I can see some cupolas.
its predecessors. The KR-1 is built to attack, and its special feature fits the role perfectly. This tank deals increased damage when ramming. No extra buttons needed, it always works.
Have you ever seen the platoon of IS-7s who are not the greatest players? They're going in front and they're dying. This is going to be the situation with this tank, at least in my opinion. I think playing in platoon with a strong hands, this tank is going to be very, very powerful. But other than that, we will have a lot of failed platoons with IS-7 tier 11 or KR-1, however you would call it, whenever folks will think, I have a ramming ability, I can fuck everyone. I don't really think it is going to be the case, but it's a handy thing to have, and it has a very big potential of the triple platoons if players knows what they are doing, right?
Most of the time, the KR-1 fights the conventional way and does it well. But when the opportunity arises, it causes damage by ramming. And ramming again. More damage from the god of damage. It sounds simple, and it plays simply. All you need to do is pick a moment and accelerate.
This is go-to tank for most of the World of Tanks players who are not feeling very good in the game, in my opinion, because the mechanics will get more complicated. I can promise you that. This is the most Taschenrate, and this one, I think they are very, very simple tanks to play with, and I would recommend to go for those for a newer players or for returning back players to get a hang of the game.
Use the mechanic wisely for some explosive thrills. In every other way, the KR-1 is a reliable, dynamic breakthrough vehicle. Its special mechanic only reinforces its role in battle, being at the forefront of the attack. The T-803 also loves being on the front line.
Okay, this is the E5. You are getting this after E5. In my opinion, this is going to be one of the most powerful tier 11s out there.
With its armor, good speed, and gun depression, it can be trusted with any task. But it's best.
Looking into the stats, 420 alpha damage, 345 millimeters of penetration, which is, if I'm not mistaken, one of the best penetration out there. 2.4 thousand hit points, 38 kilometers per hour, so kind of the same level of E5. The gun doesn't look that great on the paper, so you need to be in the closer distance most likely, minus 10 degrees of the gun depression, and pretty well armored looking into the slopes and whatnot.
Best to play aggressively, because that makes it even more dangerous right in the heat of battle. The T-803 is equipped with a semi-automatic ammo rack that builds up a temporary bonus to rate of fire with each successful hit. Hit enemy vehicles to be able to reload faster. The bonus gradually decreases, so to maximize your damage per minute, you'll need to fire, fire, fire. To push its characteristics to the limit, you need to keep fighting and surviving in the eye of the storm. And the T-803 can do just that.
In my opinion, this is going to be go-to tank for fluffy super unicums. This tank is very much awarding playing aggressively, that means that the guys which will be playing with this tank, they are going to be greedy, and they will try to do as much damage as possible. Imagine the situation, you are sitting on Kempenovka Hill, whatever, you are playing hold down to the best of your ability, and the more damage you do, faster you are doing damage, right? So you are getting the boost. In my opinion, this tank can be one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful tank in the tier 11, in my opinion. It won't fit everyone's style, but I can see, let's say, if we are talking about the strong World of Tanks players who are good with the heavy tanks, let's say Daki, I can guarantee you that this is going to be the most favorite tank for him. Not the easiest tank to play with, but I think this has the most potential.
But even the most versatile heavies need fire support. They need the A.
This is one of my favorite tanks. From what I have seen, and no one would ever fucking guess that, this is one of my favorites.
EMX-67 Imbattable, which is ready to unleash a steel storm on the enemy. This tank has shedded excess armor.
Pretty much better than 50B. 420 alpha damage, better penetration, right? Fast mother trucker, and it has autoloader mechanic, but that's not all.
To ensure its firepower is always in the right place at the right time. It gets close to the opponent in the blink of an eye, and then shows its mechanic. The Imbattable's unique mechanic lets it reload not only with an empty drum, but also if there's at least one shell left in the magazine. This kind of reload is considered partial, so it takes less time. The remaining shell will be ready to fire even while reloading. This mechanic allows the tank to stay dangerous and maintain its potential damage per minute. If you fire this reserve shell, the magazine reload won't reset. It will just take a few seconds longer.
Potentially, what you can do, you can fire 3 times, you can chill a bit, and then before you are finishing the reload, you can fire your 4th shell and you are ready to fire 4 more. If you are calculating it properly, I tested it out how it looks like, it's glorious. It is extremely high skill level tank to be playing with, but this is going to be also a pretty good toy for folks. And I think that this is my top 3, maybe, let's say top 3 tier 11s for me personally.
With this shell, you'll be ready for any unexpected turn, or to catch an enemy by surprise. This way, the Imbattable adapts to the situation. Fire away 3 shells and load them faster, or use all 4. It's always your choice. Sometimes, experienced tankers can use the mechanic to dish out a whole 5 shells in a row, even when they only have 4 in the magazine. Curious? Then research the Imbattable.
It is very strong. I loved it. I loved it.
Long live the king of British heavies. The FV4025 contriver is even more impressive than the can opener. It's sturdy, especially in positional play.
450 alpha damage, 270 millimeters of penetration, 223 with a gold, 2,500 hit points, pretty slow. It's okay, accuracy looks actually fine, good gun depression, and overall looks very, very powerful. But please pay attention at one thing. This mother trucker has cupola, which can opener doesn't. That being said, my prediction is that this tank is going to be worse than can opener tier to tier.
Than the can opener.
Look into cupola.
It's sturdy, especially in positional play. It's precise, punctual, and boasts excellent British gun depression. And, as you've probably noticed, the contriver is also double-barreled. The can opener branch's mechanic is highly effective and offers everything you need to succeed, so the contriver has inherited it without any changes. It's not just two fire modes, it's more like two different playstyles. When one barrel is closed, the vehicle is agile and accurate. But when it opens, the contriver does this. Precise single shots and thunderous salvos. Everything we love the can opener for is even better in the contriver.
Even better, I would question that. In my opinion, this tank is going to be worse than can opener, in my opinion. And as you can see, this tank game mechanic is pretty much the same as can opener, right?
The BC-79 is full of surprises, real surprises. It's a breakthrough heavy tank that strikes a balance between armor and mobility. It's a jack of all trades, and a master at most of them too.
700 alpha damage, 265 millimeters of penetration, 330 with gold. Overall speed of the tank is shit, but you have the rocket boosters and we'll see exactly how it looks like. The gun looks pretty horrible, so if you don't really like the tier 10 Baza, I have a feeling you won't like this one either.
The tank reliably blocks damage with its turret, hull, and also blurs the lines between a tank and a rocket. The BC-79 has swapped solid fuel boosters for more practical liquid fuel. Instead of a certain number of charges, it now has one overheat bar. Press X to accelerate for exactly as many seconds as you need. Nice and convenient. You can spend the entire bar at the start of the battle because the booster cools down over time. This takes place right in battle. So whenever you want to speed up again, you can fire it up. Combined with its characteristics, the new boosters make the BC-79 pinnacle of the jet heavies.
Okay, let's talk about this ability. In my opinion, it's nothing to write books about, and I'm just going to be honest, okay? Because think about it in this way. Now whenever you are playing with a tier 10, you have 6 boosters and you are arriving into position and you have, let's say, a couple of boosters left for the situation. This one, you won't be able to arrive into position so quickly because you will simply overheat, right? And it's not like you can use some sort of magic to get the booster back. It will take some time until you will get the booster back overall, right? So, in my opinion, it sounds very, very good on the paper, right? Because in a way you have unlimited boosters, but in reality I don't really think it is going to be as powerful as it may look like, right? It looks cool. You will be able to get more rams in a way because, let's say, if in the past you arrived into position and you used all boosters, now you will still have some, although I don't really think you are going to arrive into position in, at the same time as other rocket booster, let's say, tier 10 tank, right? At least that's what I think, right? So far, this one is nothing to write the books about, but creative in a way.
Finally, there's the Black Rock, the main reward of the third personal missions campaign. A vehicle that will command respect.
430 alpha damage, 283 millimeters of penetration with the standards, if I'm not mistaken. This is the highest from any heavy tank where the standard ammunition goes. 335 millimeters with a gold. Pretty fast. Gun looks okay. Armor, we'll see.
The tank's characteristics match its prestige. It's got everything you could need in battle, and then some more. The Black Rock fires single shells, like every other vehicle, but after 2 penetrations, it loads a cassette with 2 shells that it fires in quick succession. The reload time for the cassette is the same as for a single shell. 2 shots at the speed of 1. This unique mechanic makes the Black Rock one of a kind.
Yeah.
It'll be waiting for the very best commanders in Sector 3.
Very powerful, very, very powerful. Once again, from the shapes, it looks like Concept 1B, so you are trying to play hold down and whatnot, and after that, after you are firing 2 shells, or you are penetrating 2 shells, you have extra 2 shells, pretty much, right? If we understood this correctly. Looks like powerful tank, but quite hard tank to master as well, right? It is crazy. It is incredibly OP. Well, once again, fellas, at this point in time to talk about this, it's OP, it's broken, it's not broken. We can't do that. We haven't played with those tanks, right? But as you can see, what Wargaming has done, they went out of the box, and pretty much every and each tank has something to offer and something unique, right? Which is very, very good thing.
The new update is just days away. Soon, you'll be able to lead attacks in the new tier heavy tanks.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So that being said, my favorite tank from the heavy tanks. Can we check out exactly what we can get? No, we cannot. Okay. My favorite tank from all of this, fellas, I think it is this one. From the heavy tanks, definitely this is what I enjoy, and this is what I had the most fun whenever I was testing this vehicle. For me, this is my tank. It just is. So going through everything once again, for who I would recommend to grind it and what are the special abilities, right? Taschenrate has 2 guns. In my opinion, well, 2 extra high explosive guns, which is great to finish the low hit points targets, or to track someone, or to penetrate, let's say, some sort of paper vehicle, right? Overall, powerful tank. I would recommend to grind it pretty much for every and each lever from the super heavy tanks. Kiar, one very, very simple. Pretty much you are slapping the living crap out of everyone while ramming. A big potential playing in platoon, playing solo, and I think you will need to be very skilled in order to play with it in platoon, not to make a silly goose decisions. But overall, also I would recommend for casuals as well. T803, in my opinion, is probably one of the most, if not most powerful heavy out there. This tank ability is more damage you do, or faster you are doing damage, more damage you are going to do. So pretty much you are getting stacks on the tank. You do 1 shot, you reload quicker. You do 2 shots, you reload quicker, and so on, so on. Very powerful tank. Probably, I would guess this is going to be a Fluffy Super Unicum's tank, honestly. This one, we talked about it already. You have 4 in the magazine, you fired 3 times, so you have 1 left in the magazine, but you start reloading already, which is absolutely amazing, so you don't need to think you are keeping that one in the mag or not, and in the same time, for very skilled players, you will be able to shoot 5 from the magazine if you will do the timing properly. Can opener, or I suppose to say tier 11 contriver. Nothing new about the tank, apart that this one actually has cupola, right? And it's the same mechanic as British heavy tanks. But the rocket booster, liquid fuel booster, so pretty much you are relocating from sector A to sector B quicker, or alternatively you can ram someone, although it can overheat, and if it is overheating, it takes a lot of time for you to use it once again. But on the positive note, it is unlimited. And last but not least, we have black. Which is the 3rd campaign reward tank, which every and each of you, if you are going to be playing the game actively, you will be able to get, even if you are getting stuck on the missions, which I said before that the system is great. So far, it looks great, it looks beautiful, it is going to be a very, very, very interesting situation, fellas. It is going to be very interesting situation. And I do not know how about you, but I am super excited about 2.0, although once again I really want to highlight that matchmaking at this point in time is making even the most patient person curse. Anyways, thank you very much for watching and see you tomorrow, YouTube. I have a feeling we will have more good news. That being said, take care.